All right, today we are continuing our Christmas series, and we're talking about making snowflakes.
Snowflakes.
This is like Eric's brainchild, and we know nothing about it. So
Right.
we're just along for
All
the
on
ride.
Erik.
Yes.
And go.
And I have a
Tell
bag,
us.
and it has tools, and I'm going to pull the tools out.
Gosh.
And
Okay.
okay, so
This is like the worst cooking along at home show ever.
Yes.
right, and now you pick up the spice. No, not that spice. The other spice. Like I could see. So when I was in the classroom, and we would make snowflakes, there was this elaborate way, because like I always made snowflakes when I was a kid. We would cut them, at Christmas time, and it was great. We had a lot of fun with it. But there was like this elaborate way that Neil Harris had in being able to cut snowflakes.
Is that a coworker of yours or something?
He was the teacher in the class.
I thought it was an actor or something.
Right? Yeah, he has an actor's name, Neil Harris.
okay.
You'll see him in these films. Yes.
Right?
Not at all.
Yeah, well, he kind of was the lead in the
There's
classroom.
there's like a Patrick Neil Harris or something. Okay, go on. So not the actor.
Doogie Howser?
The
Patrick
classmate.
Neil Harris? Is that,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't think he cut snowflakes
Okay.
this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the
Okay,
He cut them a different way.
the OG Neil Harris.
snowflake cutting class. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to give you each a pair of scissors.
Uh-oh.
You have
And,
more scissors than there are of us.
well,
Do we need one for each hand?
no Edward Scissors hands.
That's what I was going to
So
He
I
would be great at this.
who?
Edward Scissorhands. He would be terrific at this.
No.
Oh.
He needs the other hand, but they're both
I see.
cutters, and they just.
I've seen him
Yeah.
do hedges. He does a great job.
Yeah.
He does a wonderful job with hedges. Yes, that is good. But they're not hedge snowflakes we're doing. They're snowflakes. All right. So
Is there
now-
any modification required for like these are? I mean, I hope these are like good scissors.
These
But
are
if you're doing
adult scissors.
But if you're doing this with like your children, is there any modifications required for like less good scissors?
So one of the reasons why, because like
Because
have.
I don't think I would give my 5-year-old these.
Okay, now, so what you're going to do is by age, you're going to look at what kind of scissors can my kid handle. You may still want like the more dulled, types of scissors for your 5-year-old. What works really good about these is that because this can be a very precise cutting. So the smaller ones are more precise. The bigger ones, not as much so. But it just depends on you. I mean, and what you feel your child.
I figured it was worth mentioning scissor types because we have like I think Josh said adult scissors.
Yeah.
Do you have bigger scissors? Are those bigger?
Josh's are small.
Yeah. Mine are decidedly
These
like
are
needle
very-
nose scissors.
Yeah. And so
I don't know
there's.
if my thumb can fit in that thing.
Do you have
Well-
big thumbs, Josh?
Yeah.
I had to. So I'm passing down some paper.
Okay.
I had to.
This is special paper.
We'll get there.
Is this flash paper?
No.
No, you can't burn it, Josh.
That would be a trick.
In my house, scissors would disappear. It was just maddening. You'd go to get a pair of scissors out of the drawer and it was gone. You'd go to get a pair of scissors out of the knife block and it was gone.
Do you have a special knife, like scissor drawer now?
No, I have a special scissor drawer. And so what would happen is I would just buy like packs of scissors, and good scissors. I wanted good scissors so that I could hide them so that when I needed scissors, doggone it, I had scissors. And so then when we moved, I found all the scissors I had hidden and there was a lot. And so now we have a drawer that has a bunch of scissors.
So was it the fact that they were disappearing or the fact that you'd misplaced them?
No, I was not me whatsoever. It was the fact that they were disappearing.
But then when you moved, you found them?
I found the ones I hid,
I see.
and I found a couple that had been lost, but
Under the couch?
I don't know. I don't remember. But a lot of them never were seen again. So I don't know what that means.
Scissor
but
thief.
Yes. Okay, now the paper is a newsprint paper.
Okay.
So as I'm feeling it, it's definitely like almost slippery and then
Yep.
a little bit lighter.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea what weight paper it is?
newsprint.
Newsprint? That's probably actually
Yeah.
fairly accurate because like paper comes in weights.
Yes.
So that would be like
I
one weight.
don't know exactly what
Where does the
weight of it
average
is.
folk, get this paper?
You bought it off Amazon. didn't you?
Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And
I
you-
just
and
put
you
in
looked up
newsprint.
newsprint? Now you
paper.
said this came in 8.5 by
8.5
11,
by 11.
like printer paper sized.
Yep.
But notably, this is not 8.5 by 11 as I hold it in my hand.
And so this is an interesting thing is that for this type of a snowflake, it's the paper is very important.
Okay.
Because I mean, you're going to get whatever paper that you're going to have at home, and that's fine. But it works out really well in the end to have this type of paper, but you need to have it in an 8 by 8 square.
You need to have it in a square.
Well, I mean, this is a square.
No, I know, but if I had a 12 by 12 square, would it also work?
I'm sure it could work on a larger scale.
Okay.
So
you need a square.
Yes, but you need a square. And so I cut these into the 8 by 8. I have my directions right here.
Is it 8.5 by 8.5, Eric?
Yes. I cut my paper to that. Yes.
Yeah, but you said it was 8 by 8. Is it 8.5 by 8.5?
It's 8 by 8. Thank you. Sorry. I'm still working on the coffee. All right. Now it's 8 by 8. Okay. I cut it into my square. And so then the first thing I'm going to do
is this the same size origami paper comes in? Because origami paper comes in squares and it's thin.
I have no idea.
That would be an interesting side by side.
It would be.
Because origami paper, it comes
You
square.
are absolutely right. Yes.
Apparently, you've never done it with origami paper before.
I've never not cut a snowflake. No. Now that'd be interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, and then you can get because origami paper comes in like cool colors and stuff.
It does. Yeah. So does construction paper.
That's definitely thicker though.
Much thicker. So we're going over different paper things. You got different ones. This is just what I'm just going to show you guys in. And so you're going to take this bottom corner. See that? Okay. I'm going to show you. So it's here in front of you on down, but
Nope.
yes,
the floor.
down.
On the floor. I'm putting it.
Yes.
See, I'm at a
Okay.
disadvantage. I have a big seam in the table right in front of me.
So you move over to the side.
Unacceptable.
Okay. And okay, Josh, don't because he had his up ready to
Okay.
cut. All right.
All
so
right.
you take
Josh was just going to cut it.
I'm
you
ready
take
to go.
the right
I'm ready to
corner
go. Okay.
closest to your body
Okay.
and you fold it up diagonally to the other corner.
Okay.
I have never done this with a microphone in front of me before.
Making a triangle, it appears.
Making a triangle.
Okay.
Push the seam down. Now, on some seams, before you get them really seam pressed,
Okay.
wait for me to say whether or not to do that.
Oh.
Okay. Now you have.
We're definitely going to try to put Eric's notes on
Yeah.
screen because
Yes.
those are
Yes.
cool notes.
Yeah, my thing got a little bit off, but you now have your triangle.
I have a paper hat.
And it's not a paper hat.
It looks
okay.
like one.
So now you're going to take this part,
Okay.
this right corner again,
Okay. Got it.
and you're going to fold it over to where it goes to the other corner. Okay, now let me read a little bit in my directions. It's been 20 years since I've done this.
I thought you said you were making examples like yesterday.
No, I was cutting paper yesterday. I didn't have time to do any refreshing on the
Oh, you were just
examples.
making paper squares.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so then perfectly we get this. We place a small crease. This is where you don't do a big crease on the thing, but down at the bottom,
Okay.
you're putting a small crease into that bottom corner, pressing that kind of down. Okay, there we go. Okay, now you're unfolding it.
So essentially, you're marking the middle with a crease.
With a crease.
Okay.
Excellent. Unfold
I
it.
definitely already put a crease through the whole thing, but that's okay. Inevitably, other people following your directions are going to make that mistake too. So we'll just
Okay.
move along.
We've got one of each. All right. We
Absolutely.
do this. Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Good things. Good things
Okay.
are going to happen. All right. Because you needed that crease right there because now you unfold it.
Okay.
Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go with this left side. And so this left side, oh, you can see me right there. Okay.
Oh, check that out.
Yeah. The left
Technology
side
for the win.
Yes.
is going, because it's going over to that crease. And you see how I'm putting that part in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
I think this is origami at this point, Eric.
No,
Paper folding. I think by definition it's origami.
So I'm not even okay. Is this
So you're
close,
taking.
or
So you're
am I
so Eric,
totally,
you're close.
you're taking the corner up to the top.
No, the corner goes to the middle. You see?
Not yet.
To the middle.
So you're
see?
taking. No, not following you yet.
Okay. To the middle.
the corner.
Corner to the, because you're using that crease that you
like
did.
this?
Yes.
Okay,
You
corner
want to get
to
it
the
close to
middle.
the middle.
Corner to the middle.
Yes. Now,
Which part of the paper am I taking to the middle?
okay, so this,
Uh-huh.
you're taking that corner, you're taking to the middle of that side.
That's fairly subjective as to how to get that to line up, isn't it?
No, it's in my instructions.
Well, so if I have that corner,
Mm-hmm.
I could envision taking it up here or here or here. Is there a reference point that I'm like landing on?
Pretty much you put it to the center of that side. Okay, and then you're going to take, yes, keep going. Go,
Well,
go.
so if I
go,
have that tip,
go, yes.
I don't want it to be on the edge, do I?
No,
I want it to be out here.
yes,
So
farther.
how do I know where to line it up?
Yep, just keep going farther. Shoot for that middle. It's a little subjective, yes.
It's there.
Use that.
He
Okay.
admitted it. It's subjective.
Okay, but it's not subjective because you use that crease. That
Well,
was
I'm
only
using-
supposed to be at the bottom.
Well, no. So I'm using that
There you go.
crease. But even
All
if,
right.
but even if I use that crease,
Nope.
I can have it come up here
No,
or down here.
No, the middle. The middle. There.
So it's subjective.
It's not.
Yeah, no, it is. Because I can have it land on that crease
Okay.
and be up here.
All
It's
right.
very
So
simple.
there we go. All right. And
We'll see what happens.
now I might have done it a little bit off. It's going.
Does it, Eric, would it be reasonable to
There we
say that as you're bringing that corner over,
Uh-huh.
you want it to be, I don't know, parallel with the bottom? Is that a reference point that would make sense?
So, according to what I remember of a long time ago and the way I put it into my instructions, yes.
Okay.
According to
Because that
how
seems more like you can
okay,
replicate that more easily if that line is parallel to the bottom.
because now you're going to take the other side and you're going to then fold it up the other way the same way, but it's not going to be quite to the middle.
Is that because you're limited by the other piece of paper that's folded over top of it?
A little bit, yeah.
So you use the other piece of paper as a guide and
Yeah.
fold it up. Yeah.
So
And
should
so-
you end up with something like this?
So kind of something like that.
Okay.
Mine is kind of is here like this.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I don't think I'm able to get mine over as far because
And you might
I
need
folded, folded this over.
Yep.
Right? And
So-
then I fold this up like this.
No. So take the first one that you folded, and fold now,
Fold this.
and go up towards the top a little bit with your.
This?
Yep, that part. Go up.
Oh.
Go
so you're,
up farther.
So in making it, so don't
Yeah.
make it parallel to the bottom.
I think, and that's where I'm like looking at my instructions, going, there's a little different here,
Wait.
and then fold the other part.
So
And
instead of
Josh is
making
like all laughing.
So instead of making it parallel to the bottom, it has
Right.
to have an upward angle. Am I in the? There we go.
Mine looks very different than yours. How off am I?
You are interesting.
Okay.
Okay, let me see yours for a minute. Okay, so we'll
Show me,
take
great
this.
master
So
snowflake
it seems
maker.
like
Yeah,
Eric,
okay,
you want
so-
this point to be pointed out this way and this point to be pointed out that
Yes,
way.
you want the
but in order
points
to
different.
do that,
And so then
I don't know how
now,
to make that happen.
now we have Josh's
Mine
a
is.
little bit different.
Okay,
Now it's
okay.
looking like it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
all right.
Okay.
And of course, okay, so now, okay, we have those pieces.
Let
all
the
right.
cutting begin.
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
Josh wants to
yet.
get to the
Not
cutting.
yet. We're getting there. You want those lines to the edges to line up good.
How's that look, Eric? Does that look close?
Yeah, I think that looks really close.
It's gotta be an easier way to do this.
Well, no, it's not supposed to be an easier way. It's just supposed to be you learn
best way.
the best way. It's like origami. You don't look at it and go, "There's got to be an easier way." Well, yeah, you don't do it. That's the easy way. Okay, now, so we have that, and so you're gonna take
The more
Where'd my thing
difficult
go?
road.
the more
Sorry, I just
difficult.
thought-
So we folded the right side
Okay.
to the left.
So
That's where
this,
I'm at.
this corner right here.
Is that the side we just folded? Because I'm looking at the
No,
back side of
it's
what
the
you're...
first.
Okay.
It looks like the first one.
The
and
side
you're
that
gonna,
we folded from the left to the right.
Yes.
And we're on the right. Okay, cool.
Yes. I think this first thing is going to go horribly bad. Okay, fold it down.
Along the other piece of paper that's kind of blocking
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you fold that down.
Okay.
Okay.
And does it kind of stick out? I don't think yours sticks out.
Mine doesn't really stick out, so you don't want to try to get it not to stick out.
I mean, I can fold it so that
I'm
it doesn't stick
confused
out,
on
but then
which
it's not a
piece
long.
I'm folding down.
On the right, the little
this.
part
Yep,
sticking
yep,
up on
just
the right.
fold that
Fold that down.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay. That one's there.
Okay.
Okay, now you're about to be able to cut. So the first thing that you're going to do in cutting is you're going to cut this tip off.
And that makes a hole in the middle of the snowflake.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Measure twice, cut once.
I suppose if you don't want a hole in the middle of your snowflake, that's not required.
No, in this example, this is required. Okay. All right. Now, this area right here, so you're folded down. This is the spine to which you're going to cut on there.
So the right side, if I unfold
Right
it, is
side.
like kind of the middle.
Yes, that's where you're going to begin to kind of cut in there, cut, circles, cut some design pieces.
Do I cut this little flap that I folded down?
You can cut, well, you're going to have to.
So you're cutting
on that.
into this.
I mean, I don't know. Just following instructions here.
How deep can you cut? Pretty deep.
When you say how deep, do you mean both sides?
No, he means as I go in from
Yeah.
this spine, how far into the paper can I
Yeah, you can go far out in the paper.
Okay.
You now sky's kind of the limit, or at least paper is. And you can cut see, this is where the intricate scissors sometimes work so much better.
You're making a mess.
Well, you're going to have paper scraps. I think that's kind of by design.
Byproduct of.
Of the thing.
Like I just cut off. I don't know.
You cut off more than you could chew?
Right? You might.
Is there any more folding that happens? Or is
No,
this
the folding is done.
Okay, so this is like now we're cutting the
This
design.
is the snowflake.
And is there any other portions of the snowflake that you recommend cutting on?
No. You
Just
want
the one edge.
The one edge is all.
So should I be going like deeper than this then?
I don't know. This is what I did. Here, can we?
Okay. Yeah, that's
You can do
Where's my
that.
camera? There.
yeah. Okay.
And after I have cut, so you cut like almost the entire spine off.
I did. No, the spine is in my fingers.
I think you may have
What?
given fall hard. So I think what you said, Eric, is you want the snowflake to be the piece that you cut off. And you want the spine to remain intact so that you can hold it in your hand, and the part you discard is over there.
So here's the part I'm discarding.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Your
Yes, you
instructions
see?
definitely did
See?
not.
That's my discard.
So I'm
part.
going to keep what's in my left hand. So right now I have haven't cut much.
Okay.
Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
So what Eric meant to say was keep the spine intact, and then he also got a bunch of little chunks, which I'm guessing was not intended.
Yeah, I killed mine. I'm
All right.
teaching you how to do this, and I killed it.
All right, so you killed yours, and so I think in most snowflake instructions,
Yes.
so like Josh and I did the same idea. Right?
Okay, so
we
do
cut-
what you're going to do.
We cut chunks out of the spine.
Yes. Right.
Because usually you keep the big piece. And
Yeah.
what you are saying is that you want to keep the chunk. You want to like cut the whole spine out and then make a pretty design. I'm having a
Yes.
hard time. Here we go. Let's see.
Go ahead. See what
I wanna
you
keep
came
the
out
spine.
with.
I want to in your descriptions. You're saying I want to keep the spine and cut pretty chunks out of here, and then discard everything that's not the spine.
Yes.
But yeah, let's see.
But
See
yeah,
what
you may
happens
not
when I
want to
unfold
listen to
this.
me at this point.
Well, you said you broke yours.
Mine died.
So I think what happens, yeah, and then that cut definitely did not take a chunk out of the center. It just only took a chunk out of one corner. But what it looks like happens, like generally, is the way that we folded it creates a triangle-like pattern instead of a square-like pattern.
Right.
So I mean, I think that's what we're getting. That's different than.
So I take
The way
it,
I would
This is
How'd you
fold a
do?
snowflake.
this is not the desired outcome.
This is not what we're supposed. So just so you know, this is what we're supposed to be coming out with.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Is the
it's
finalized
very
snowflake
intricate.
a hemisphere, or does that unfold further?
That unfolds further.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, again, it's been many years.
This is what happens when you do a live how-to, and sometimes it doesn't work. And I really think, that that's not terrible.
No.
That we are publishing this didn't
Right.
work, right? So, ta-da! Hello, internet. This didn't work. Right. So if you are working with your child and they go, but it doesn't look like the picture, you can go, yeah, theirs didn't either. Right. Hopefully we can get the intended outcome here. But yeah, if you're working with your child and you don't get the intended outcome,
journey.
You can tell them that that's okay.
So this is a Snowflake Mythbusters. And
are we on busted or confirmed?
so far we're on busted.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. So I want this. So I'm just folding a snowflake the way I have commonly folded snowflakes because it's fast and easy to do, and just seeing what results I can get from there. Yeah, and I think you can only fold it. How many times can I fold it? I don't remember. I think it might only be 3.
I'm just kind of
Apologies for the quiet cutting.
going my own path here.
Eric, you have inspired us so much that we are all going off of the.
I've inspired you so much that you're like, screw that. I'll
Inspired us
do what
to
I
do
want.
our own thing.
So the way that I've frequently cut snowflakes is you start with a square of paper and you fold it into triangles. And then you just keep folding into as small triangles as you want, and then you cut the edges of the triangle. Usually with more triangles because that's simple, you know.
Okay,
and then you unfold it.
Here's my big reveal of my method.
So was that what you did, Josh? Is you folded triangles and then you cut
Kind
it?
of, yeah.
Yeah, that's very commonly like the kind of pattern.
Although I
we
ended
look
up with
at.
a triangle snowflake here, but I
You
guess
ended up with a triangle snowflake. That is distinctly a square, Josh.
I don't even know. I
think we know the differences between triangles and
true.
squares.
This has me so I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore.
Whatever you did it really fast.
True.
Eric, what is the advantage as far as you are aware of
I
using
know what I did wrong.
What's the advantage of using the thin paper?
I know it. Okay.
Can you cut more delicate shapes because the paper is thin? I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to the microphone. very
Yes.
well.
Yes.
So that's the advantage of using thin paper. You can make more delicate designs. That's what the intention is.
And I mean,
there.
I feel like once you fold it over, it starts getting harder and a thicker.
It does. Yeah. And so good, sharp type scissors, the intricate scissors work really well. I think I figured out what I did wrong.
It only took one redo.
Well, we're going to find out.
I think we need to make one of our shorts like we did it wrong the first time, and then film another one that's like, and maybe this is how you fix it.
I have a new method. So you fold it,
I have
you
a new
do
method.
it, and then you cut a circle.
I have a new method.
You cut a circle around it,
You know, Josh, I don't hate that. I really don't hate that.
and then
I think you could probably be a little more precise, but
true. This
I kind of don't
not
hate
a-
that. There's got to be actually, no, there's a way. If you follow your folds, you can figure out how to cut a circle out of it. All right, so let's see what happened here. This is frequently what I do. I folded a triangle and I cut a bunch of triangles out of the triangle.
Okay.
And then let's see what happens.
The big reveal.
He got
Dun,
it.
dun, 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 dun.
I think Bonanza was supposed to come at the end of that.
Here it is.
Yeah.
He did it.
So
Look at that.
this is the result of a snowflake that I would commonly make and that I would frequently be happy with. And then, Josh, you were talking about wanting to cut it into a circle. So if I follow my folds back, I can see where the edge is.
Right.
And then I can see that this is the outside edge by following my folds. And then I fold it again and go, oh, okay, well, that's the outside edge. and then I fold it again and go, okay, well, that's the outside edge.
Yeah.
So if I take that outside edge and I do something like putting an arc in it, and obviously this is a, you would have to figure out. So that's an arc, right? So it will be more rounded. Will it be circular?
There
Probably not. But it's like
now it's more snowflake-ish.
Well, it's not more. It's not rounded. I actually ended up cutting. I think I have more folds in it than just cutting. A round shape. But I mean, I think the idea of if you take a piece of paper and you go, okay, well, this is the outside edge.
Right.
I bet you if I had only gone to here and then cut an arc here, then I would have gotten a round shape.
Yeah.
But because I folded it one more time, I got like a heart shape.
Right.
But I think your idea of like, well, I mean, fundamentally, you're cutting shapes out of paper.
Right.
If you wanted to take a square and I don't know, put it on a piece of paper and use an X-Acto knife and cut out all your shapes, like you could do that. So I think that's a good thing to remember with art is that like
many ways.
Take a step back and look at the process and figure out what you want out of it. So Erik has a complicated process that we got wrong the first time, maybe the second time too.
I'm still working on that.
Maybe the second time too. Folding your squared paper into triangles and cutting triangles out of it is simpler, I think, and gets you a result, which I don't think is terrible. And then, if you really just wanted to like, Josh, what is happening?
I pre-cut a circle.
Okay.
And now I'm testing a methodology.
You cut a circle. Did you just freehand a circle?
Yeah, I just freehanded a circle.
I like Josh's now I'm just going to jump into it and like make a mess.
And now I'm going to test
I really like
stuff
that approach.
And see what happens.
Well, and that's the funnest part of any of this is just experiment.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I just we got this paper, I pulled out these instructions, but if it leads to other things and further papers and other stuff and you come up with cool stuff, that's all it's after.
Yeah,
and just have fun.
Yeah, like not following the instructions is sometimes fun too, a la our coloring pages from Thanksgiving where you put mac and cheese on the turkey. Right? So if you haven't seen that,
turkey.
We made those into shorts. What did we do with those?
Yeah. No, I think it's just a video.
It's just a video?
Yeah, but it is one of the podcasts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think especially in this like Instagram society, we get so used to seeing everything is perfect and whatever.
Oh, like 5-minute crafts?
Exactly, yeah.
They lie.
Right.
But so this is the making of the sausage.
Craft.
This is the real deal. This is 20-minute crafts.
Yep.
And it didn't didn't turn out.
And here's my reveal of pre-cutting a circle.
There it is.
And then cutting out of the circle.
And then you made so I think that the easiest shape to cut out of a snowflake this is triangles. Because if you're dealing on the edge, you just make two cuts. And then the whole piece falls out. So if you make something more complicated, well, it's more complicated. I still I'm really excited, Erik, about the idea of what your instructions go for. Because I think the fact that I took a square piece of paper and folded it in such a way that I got a triangular shape out of it is like super neat. Have you figured out how to redirect us?
We're on take 4.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
No.
I feel like if Neil Patrick were aware of what's happening right now, he would be very unhappy with this.
I bet. I don't know the man.
We don't know if Neil Patrick Harris knows how to cut snowflakes. You introduced that name, so I go.
True.
Yes, if Neil Harris knew and was seeing this, he'd be like going.
Yeah.
But notably, what grade did he teach?
Well, he had 2nd through 5th graders.
So he absolutely had kids who got it wrong.
Oh, sure.
And I would envision, I don't know the man, but I would imagine that a good teacher would probably take something similar to the approach we have here of, okay, cool, and maybe try again.
Right. Okay.
I was his mentored student. And so epic fail in front of the master. You guys are all, good, but
I'm now trying.
We're good, but you would get
But I'm the one with the instructions.
What is happening,
This
Josh?
is going to be the 4 corners method. So
what is happening,
we're going to go
Josh?
in and we're going to go in over here like this.
Oh my gosh.
And then we're going to start cutting.
I am excited.
I think I have high hopes for this. The other thing I remember doing as a kid, I don't know if this is kosher, but I would always like poke through and then cut some stuff out.
I just love the like Miss Frizzle approach that you're taking to this, Josh. Just like get messy, make mistakes.
I remember when I was a kid and in the classroom, a lot of the girls would be like, "You're doing it wrong," and then that would just make me all the more want to
watch me
do non-conventional things.
Yeah, poking through the paper, I think. Well, and then I was mentioning earlier that like if you wanted to get super like, I don't know what the correct word for it would be. Like you could put this thing flat on a cutting board and take an X-Acto knife and just make your own little pattern with it.
You can make a really
I don't recommend giving the 5-year-old an X-Acto knife. But
we're back to, hey, this is about just having fun.
Right.
And doing things with your kids.
What are some other ways that you could approach a project like this and have fun with your kids? I think a real simple additive would be adding coloring to this.
Yeah.
So you could color the finished snowflake, but I really think that something that might be more, I was going to say better, and better is relative, right? So I think if you took this piece of paper and you just slathered it in color and then you cut it out.
That could be cool.
Right? So you colored a rainbow on it,
right?
Or you just colored scribbles all over it and then you cut it into a snowflake. You'd obviously have the Technicolor BP oil spill snowflake. But I mean,
right.
This snowflake is Technicolor.
Okay,
what attempt are you on, Josh?
Here's my big reveal. So what I did is I did the
folded like the corners
and then I did cut a little bit, and now we will open it and
it's gonna become a square.
Okay, there.
Well, it gets you can see where the cuts are.
This one may be a little questionable.
Josh's results are definitely the get messy, make mistakes outcome.
But if you were to take all these and hang them from the ceiling, it's going to look cool. And that's the thing,
That's what what are we going to do with these, right?
Yeah.
I like to tape them on my wall, and then if you get string and hang them from the ceiling and let them dangle into the room, very cool outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can do a fishing line. You could even do the old thing we were talking about that I always liked with putting a ghost on the fishing line and putting it on the door with a little hook so that when you open the door, it pulls it up and down. We could do that with snowflakes. Up and down, up and down.
I definitely am unsure how this folding method. Oh, wait a second. This is supposed to point. Maybe I do this. Have you gotten there yet, Eric?
All right, Eric, why don't you, show us that latest result. You put it on the try again pile too quick. I think you should.
Put it on the burn pile.
I think you should reveal that for the camera.
I am not doing well with my own system.
Your stuff reminds me more of those, what do you call the test where it's you look at a thing and determine, what do I see?
That's Rorschach.
Yeah. Yes.
Rorschach snowflakes. So Eric, remind me. So if I have a triangle that I folded in half, and then I want to fold one side in and the other side in, and then I want to fold this side down, and then I cut.
Yes,
I mean generically. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I think
I see. My problem is that I'm cutting the spine. Is a part of it, and so because
it's supposed to be an interconnected, so that it's a singular. Triple, it's
right.
Okay.
And I'm not sure where I've gone wrong in my directions of that, but it's definitely directing me to a pile.
Well, this is very much not to bring up negative memories, but this is when you were trying to cut the gingerbread man interconnected Christmas decoration. You remember how you're supposed to and and the same thing that was happening is you got a bunch of little shapes.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And so no, not bad memories, but I got to. So the spine part is the one thing.
Well, how do you make them one shape?
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at. So if we unfold this, we probably want this to remain connected. Well, so Eric, is it possible that you are cutting on the wrong side of the shape?
Now, I just did that in my number 5 try, and
You cut on the other
I
side?
cut on the other side, and so feel free to also,
Just because if I look at the shape this way,
yes,
this is the fold that I need to preserve, right?
yes,
And so if I watch it, I fold. Wait a second. Where did it go? So it's this shape. So this shape went down here.
yep.
And so now it's here.
Now it's there. Now that shape goes there.
But then it's also this. So there's. I don't know how you could preserve that because it's both in here and here, right? Because the spine that I need to preserve is here.
It's there.
But then I've folded it inside the shape. So any cutting I do, I can't.
So I just
so it's here.
I just want to point out the brilliance of Neil Harris because 3 adult intelligent men are not figuring this out.
Neil Harris.
But this is funny.
So I'm trying to preserve.
We dedicate this podcast to Neil Harris.
Neil Harris.
And this
I don't know how you could preserve that.
I don't know.
Based on how you're folding it. So your handwritten. He says.
This should be titled the best snowflake tutorial on all of YouTube.
100%.
Yeah.
To our editor, please.
Yes.
Yeah. It is entirely possible, ladies and gentlemen, that we will close this video and not have succeeded.
Yes.
Well, in more than what they did.
And believe it or not,
good.
we've been doing this now for more than 30 minutes.
This is
where we're
they
at.
made good snowflakes.
This is a version of success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just not a tri-lobed snowflake of Erik's dreams.
Right.
It was not the one that we used to do. I'm so sorry.
Eric, I hate to do this to you, but believe it or not, we actually are running out of time
terrible
here.
pun, Josh. You're going to cut him off in a snowflake tutorial with scissors?
That's true. I hate to cut this short or cut something out of it.
So if I look funny next time.
Yeah, I don't want to have to cut something out of it. But
yeah, because he cut me.
Yeah, I cut you. But,
all right, that's it. It's all done from here.
I do think
Merry Christmas,
if
everybody.
you've actually stuck with us for over 30 minutes of this snowflake situation.
Right.
Can you use the overhead cam, Josh, to just like get this?
Yeah,
because
probably
I think this
so.
is the we have like a moving. Yeah, can you zoom in there?
The big pile of all of
you.
our
Does it?
all of our mess. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, like right here. Like this is the essence of Christmas crafts and snowflake wonder.
And that's fun. And I think really our point here today kind of could just be that do something fun with your kids. It doesn't have to go perfect.
Right.
It may be
maybe front
crazy.
load that.
Yeah.
Because like I know I have kids who are kind of perfectionists.
Right.
And if it doesn't go right, they get mad.
Yeah.
So if you just say, kids, we're gonna make a mess and mommy and daddy are gonna make a mess too, and it's not gonna be great. And there's something about this though. Anyway.
Yeah. And it'll ultimately be fine. So Eric, next year, if you can figure this out by next Christmas, then that will be the conclusion. We'll do a part 2.
Please just zoom in on Erik just feverishly folding.
I'm not
best tutorial.
Bye, guys.
Best tutorial ever. All right.
Merry
Enjoy
Christmas.
your
I'm not leaving until it works.
All right.
Bring
Bye.
food.